Hello guys, it's Atanas here, and next to me it's Ryan. And our mission is to make the world a healthier place, and we're also taking a very proper care about what we're putting in our bodies, what kind of activities we're doing. And we just decided to sit together today and kind of like share a little bit more about how we're making the world a better place and what exactly we're doing in our day-to-day life. Do you want to introduce yourself, Ryan?
Hi, I'm Ryan, personal trainer here in Zurich, Switzerland. I've been personal trainer and fitness fanatic for about, I don't know, since the day I was born, I guess. Sports and...
How old were you the first time you hit the gym?
Hit the gym, I was 14 years old, so
okay.
many years ago, as I'm 48 now. So yes, I've seen a lot in the gym and outside the gym, and experienced a lot. And with my clientele, I try to bring simple, practical tools and resources that we can use in reality, not just what you see on TV and here and social media and everything. So
the magic pills.
Yeah. So yeah, the real blood, sweat, and tears, and the work that you have to do or let go of is another big thing we work with clients and all that is, you know, are we doing too much, right? So,
yeah.
So the topics I think we come up with again and again and again is the low-hanging fruit, we like to call it, is stress. I think that's the biggest one. Any disease in our body is caused by stress from either internally or externally factors. And then sleep, all right? I think that's the second biggest one we got to tackle. And then nutrition, movement, and then where in life are we having fun, especially as we get older and more responsibilities and more stress. So
true. And I think that something interesting between me and you is that we both work with clients that are very busy. Like, I think that neither mine or your clients are people that they're just laying in bed the whole day and they just go to hit the gym. And I think that it's really good to understand your client's lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And kind of like trying to introduce healthy habits into their lifestyle, because everybody's different. Mm-hmm. And because I don't know, are your clients mostly 9 to 5ers, or they are kind of like more like flexible working hours?
Flexible, yeah, they're more flexible working hours, but more stress and working longer hours or traveling or, you know, meetings back to back all day long, things like that. So it's stress when they come into the into the training is, so how do you de-stress before you put more stress, physical stress on the body? So it's very important that you read each client and ask them how they're doing, how they're feeling, and you know, there's the subjective where you ask the questions, and then you have the measurements and the data too of some devices that we like to use.
Use the Aura, right?
Yeah, I have the Aura ring on, which I find is very handy for sleep and stress management for HRV, heart rate variability, and how fast you're recovering and things like that. So, but the most important, I think, is to educate the client how they're feeling. You know, what is their intuition telling them? How's their body feeling? You know. Is it a pattern of I don't want to do it, but I feel better after, or is it really, you know, is it really mentally, energy, physically, anything drained, and you know it's going to make it worse if you do a heavy workout or something. So these are all a fine balance and act, and every individual is different. So that's that's not.
But I think that those things, they come in the long term, right? You cannot. I mean, like, at the first workout with somebody, you cannot really say you need to do heavy workouts, or you need to do light workouts, or you need to go only for HIIT workouts or just for TRX or whatsoever. Because, you know, most of those online programs, they're just trying to sell you something like, buy my product, you follow my steps, and that's what works for you. But we're different people, and you have 2 kids, for example, you have different time, you have different schedule, you can kind of like do different kind of sports than me, because I don't have kids. I'm not so busy family-wise, and so it's really good that we can also look from the both sides of like a really busy family life to really free family but busy with other stuff. But that's very, very important, because this way you can really understand your clients a little bit better, and you can say, okay, I know that maybe today it's more like a chill workout, going for a walk or something like that. Next time you just try to destroy your client in the gym.
Yeah, you have to, you have to look at a long-term investment, right? Taking care of yourself is not something I'm going to do a 4 to 6 week program and be fit for a year or fit for the summer. You have to think long-term, especially as we age, the recovery, and you don't grow muscle mass as quick. You got kids at home, you got demands at home, you got travel, you got work, So yeah, it's a definitely long-term goal that we try to, we are educating people long-term. It takes time.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that I'm trying to do is teach the basics. Like, I'm really trying to explain the super basics. What are top 3 things that you do to overcome stress, and things that you're recommending to your clients?
So I'm always out in nature. Walking would be my number 1, daily, out in nature. If I have a chance, I'll take my shoes off and ground, so getting the negative ions from Mother Earth, right? This is all free stuff. Vitamin D, when the sun comes out in Zurich, we get some vitamin D.
Absolutely.
So right now, we're going into November, so the next 3 or 4 months is a good time to supplement with vitamin D and things like that. So yeah, outside, walking, breathing is another one. I would be outdoors, nature, breathing, and a daily meditation. It can be, your meditation can be the walk in nature and everything. I like to do a guided meditation because my mind seems to be going off all the time. So if I'm sitting guided and somebody goes with me, I get deeper and deeper into it. So those would be my top 3 for stress. Yeah.
Okay, I would say that I agree also with those top 3. To be honest, I'm doing the same. Like walking, I'm trying also to walk daily, at least for maybe half an hour, just to breathe some fresh air. Meditation, it's a huge one. Really, it's so helpful. I can also add journaling, because this is something that helps me a lot, to be honest, with the stress. Because sometimes you have all of those things in your mind and you're thinking about tomorrow, I need to go there, I need to do this, and this friend of mine told me that. But once you just take a pen and put it on paper, and you're like, okay, it's not so complicated. Like, you're finding a lot of solutions, and instead of storing that stress in your mind, you're just like, put it on the paper, or on your laptop, or whatever you feel is comfortable. Like, they're digital kids, they're also more like paper and pen kids. So.
Yeah, I totally agree with journalizing too, writing it down on paper. There's something powerful of the actual movement of putting it on, and it's kind of like a dialogue with somebody. You get that energy out. It's not stuck inside you, and it frees up space for whatever you want to do, creativity or more hard work or just relaxing. It's down on a piece of paper, and you can always go back and look at it and go from there.
And it's kind of easier.
You don't have to remember it.
Yeah.
It's not like a stress on you.
And it's kind of easier to control it,
Yeah.
When you see it on paper and you can really refer to point A to point B to 3 days ago, and you can see, okay, my interaction with that person was this way, or with my client, we did this. It's very easy to kind of structurize the things, because we're not robots.
Put it into little chunks, manageable chunks that are not so stressful. Yeah.
And once you put it on manageable chunks, this helps for our next topic, sleep.
Sleep.
To be honest, I think that journaling and sleep are very connected, because I've been speaking with many people and they're like, okay, Atanas, but I'm struggling in the evening once I go to the bed and I cannot fall asleep. I'm thinking about so many things. And I'm like, just get up, write things down, write it on paper, just free up your mind. And then once you go to your bed, take a couple of deep breaths or something like that. There are so many guided things that you can do. On your Apple Watch, you have like breathing exercise, or there are tons of apps that you can use, and just take a couple of deep breaths. Or you shared with me a couple of days ago the box breathing, like 4 seconds inhale, 4 seconds hold, then 4 seconds exhale, 4 seconds hold. It's super easy like that. And you can imagine like a box in your mind, and you go like every side is like 4 seconds inhale, holding. So this helps so much to fall asleep and just relax your mind.
All these things are getting you out of your mind, so they're racing thoughts, and into your body, which once you have your body relaxed, then everything else can take place, like digestion, sleep, all your organs start to function better. So yeah, for sleep, you know, again, there's like little hacks that are free again, like keeping your room dark, right?
A really big one, yeah.
Yeah, dark, you know, have the curtains as dark as possible, blinds, cool, you know, keeping it very cool. You sleep better with cooler temperatures. Again, meditation, breathing, you know, just to let the body calm down. A good one I'm using right now is just going through the body and tensing every muscle group and then just releasing. So
once you're in bed?
Once I'm in bed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just going through the body, tensing it all as hard as you can for about 10, 15 seconds and then just releasing.
Okay.
And you really feel the blood, the muscles get a chance to just totally relax there. So you're taking it to one extreme to the other there and you get to feel the blood flow and all that.
And during that time, are you holding your breath?
No, I'm breathing, yeah. I always catch myself holding the breath, but then you're squeezing, but you're able, you want to be breathing. Breathing at the same time, yeah.
Breathing through the nose.
Just normal
okay.
breathing, yeah.
Okay. Never heard about that. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a try.
I've done that years and years ago, and I've come back to it, and it's increased my deep sleep. And another, for supplement one, I use GABA, which is a hormone. It's really helped me fall asleep and get more deeper sleep too.
Okay.
And on heavy days, I'll use magnesium too, so like a salt bath or something like that.
Okay. I've been related to this thing with the squeezing your muscles. I think that after that thing, it could be good to listen to, do you know those meditations that the lady is just like guiding you to first relax your left arm, then you go to the forearm, and kind of like feeling all of your muscles. And I think that that's going to be a killer combination with squeezing all of the muscles, and then really relaxing down and enjoying. And you're going to fall asleep in like 2 minutes after that thing. It's going to be so cool. Another good part, darkness. Complete darkness in your bedroom. That's really big. And I also know that it's going to be great if you can put your phone down, because sometimes you can get some notifications
right out of the room.
Or out of the room. Even better.
This is the thing with if you have the meditations on the telephone, to have it in airplane mode and close the phone if that's the case and all that. Another thing, I never have electronics an hour before I go to bed. No blue light. I have red light in my bedroom, so I turn that on, before I go to bed if needed, if I've been around the screen a lot that day or something. So
years ago, I've been thinking that this thing doesn't make sense and it's just like fake, or just like something like those, people just talk about things and they're like, whoa, no bed, no TV or no laptop or no phone before bed. But once I started doing it, you really feel the difference. Like I'm really feeling the quality of the sleep and the quality of my calmness, so to say, during my sleep. I'm not waking up, or also in the morning I'm way more refreshed and way more recharged. So it's a big one.
It's a big one for people feel responsible that their son living in Singapore may text them. There might be a problem or something, so they have their phone on beside their pillow and all that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's just added stress to your sleep. So I always advise no telephone, no electronics an hour before bed, and get them out of your room. So, and that's your 6 to 8 hours of your time to let everything just absorb in. If you train that day, let the muscles grow and things like that. So and I think that today it's like the hustle culture, and people are like, no, you should sleep 4 hours and you can be fresh and things like that. But bullshit, like it really doesn't make any sense to me. You can work the whole day, you have 18 hours, right? And you can just sleep for at least 6 hours. That's the minimum for me. Because absolutely,
because many people are like, oh, I'm going to work more hours, so I'm going to be more productive, and so and so and so. But if you're not well rested, like you're not going to be so productive, creative, and it's really like, does it even make sense?
You'll be much more efficient usually if you get your 7 to 8 hours sleep and
and
avoid the burnout that a lot of people are struggling with. It's a real thing.
especially nowadays with COVID and all those things.
Yeah.
Post-COVID burnout is a very famous thing, unfortunately. And about the rest and about the energy, the next factor that it's really important for your rest and how active you are during the day is nutrition.
Yeah.
Could you tell something interesting about your nutrition?
Yeah, I've tried everything over the years and followed everything, so I'm back again to the simple basics of 3 square meals a day. You know, get your protein at every meal, right? I'm fasting, you know, I try to eat as early as possible, 6 or 7 o'clock, and keep a 12-hour window, 12 to 15-hour window before I have my first meal the next day.
This mean you eat at 6 in the morning?
That means, yeah, the first meal would be at 6 or 9.
Yeah.
In between 6 and 9, depending on the schedule and everything. And it usually starts with something I can absorb. So right now it's like a whey protein shake with 20 to 30 grams of protein in it, and whatever taste or flavor I want to put in it. And yeah, just keep it local, organic, try to seasonal, right? As many colors of the rainbow as you can with your vegetables, right? And yeah, that's back to the basics, I find, for nutrition and all that. Yeah, stay away from the processed foods, you know, as much as possible.
Absolutely. I would say that everything that it's really packaged, you should think before eating it, you know, especially if you go to some of the stores and you buy those pre-cooked meals. That's for example, if you go to Lidl or Aldi or whatsoever and you buy those pre-packaged processed meals, that's really the worst thing. I think that's, if you can get one tip out of today's video, I think that's going to be the best. Like, don't buy those pre-cooked meals because they're full of things that you don't want to have in your body, to be honest.
Yeah, and your body can't break them down, and they store in your tissues, and years later you usually got some issues to deal with then. So and the fact is, most of them are loaded with sugar and salt and things like that, besides the additives that you know, that make you hungry 2 hours later too. It's, you know, it's a big business. So,
and when there is not enough protein in it, like you're feeling full, as you said, for a couple of hours, for 1 or 2 hours, and then you're like hungry again.
Nothing.
I think that something that could be very helpful is to all the time, once you sit on your table before you eat, just look at your dish and ask yourself, where's my protein? What's my protein today in my dish? Like, think about it. Like, it could be from meat, it could be from veggies, it could be from so many other things, eggs, etc. But ask yourself every time.
And make sure it's about 30% of your plate, right? So that's going to fill you up and stop you from eating the simple sugars and carbs and things like that. The cravings and all that. So.
Another good thing here is that, for example, a good food for me, it could be poison for you. Yeah. This took me a couple of years to understand it, because I know I'm not so experienced as you, because you have maybe like more than 15 years. Like, I'm doing this professionally for maybe 3 years or something like that. And it took me some time to understand that maybe food that is good for Ryan, it's not going to be good for Atanas. And because you think that, okay, just protein, carbs and fats and everything is fine. But some people cannot eat, like, let's say, fruits, which is if you think about it, the best tip is like, eat more fruits. This is you're going to tell it to everybody. So it's also good to experiment and do some tests and go to your doctor and ask questions and try. You know,
I always tell, just get the basics, master the foundation first, and then if you have any issues with the foundation, you know, local, organic, if you can afford it, seasonal. You know, if you're having issues and gaining weight with that, then maybe we dig deeper into your genetics or your blood tests and all that. But if you master the foundations, just like sleep, just like stress, like anything financial, savings and all that, you master the foundations first, and then once you have those mastered, which, you know, you can to get balanced in life and master those things, or, you know, it's a lot of effort, and you know, it's a lot of effort at the beginning, and then it gets easier and easier as you go along. But,
Yeah.
But master the foundations first would be my tip. Yeah. Keep it simple.
Stupid simple.
Yeah. You know, if you have an issue here or there, then we look at it, right? And tackle it then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that everything is fixable. Like, there are people who say, hey, I'm fat, or hey, I'm super lazy, I'm not disciplined. You can be.
Yeah.
This is just something like excuse, in my opinion, because everybody can, maybe not everybody can look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Victoria's Secret models, but everybody could have a healthy body, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. There's always a level up wherever you are. There's a level up that you
Absolutely.
can do. Yeah. You know, and if you can't, you know, if you can't find, if you call yourself lazy in one area, just find somebody who's mastered that area and get help.
Yeah.
You know, have accountability. You know, you're not going to master every area of your life, so you need help in different areas. I have help with even with my personal training to work in a studio all day long and then do my own training. I have a personal trainer, so it keeps me motivated, accountable. You know, so yeah, get help.
Even coaches get coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and of course, after the nutrition, there is something important. You cannot just eat.
Yeah.
You gotta hit the gym at a certain point, right?
You gotta move, yeah. It doesn't matter if it's a gym, outdoors, sport, it's some kind of activity, yeah. Just get moving, you know. As we age, weight resistance is probably the best, most beneficial time lifting heavy things, so compound movements, you know, push, pull, squat, lunge, right? Move in different directions, keep the body fresh, keep the brain moving. So movement, you know, I'm a personal trainer and that's fourth on the list, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm coaching stress, sleep, nutrition, and then movement comes, but it's all part of the pie.
It's
right?
like a table, like you need to have all of the legs from the table at the same level.
The better you do the top three, the more quality you're going to get with the movement quality. So, for example, for myself, I do 2 to 3 times a week weight resistance training, and then, you know, I'm walking daily. I'm stretching daily, and golf weekly, things like that. So.
Okay. On my side, I hit the gym 3 times, like weightlifting.
Yeah.
And once more I go for a HIIT workout.
Yeah.
And 1 time yoga. And daily walks or hikes or things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1 time per week I go for a 2-hour hike or something like that.
Yeah. And this is something me and you enjoy. So how do you, if you don't enjoy doing things like that, how do you incorporate movement into your lifestyle? So these are, I don't know, simple things like taking stairs and, you know, walking to get groceries, park a little bit further away from work, try to get your 10,000 steps a day, things like that, right? So, and then, you know, there's people out there that make a living personal training. So, you know, if you're not going to able to do it yourself, maybe it's a good investment into yourself to get a trainer or get a buddy that likes training to motivate you or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely, because you have so many things to think in your life. Like you have so many duties, and you cannot kind of like organize everything by yourself. And it's all the time good if you have like a PT, or if you have something like a good friend who is really fired on the gym and he can show you a couple of things. Because I remember that when I was younger, this is how I get hooked to working out. When I've seen some of my buddies, they're doing workouts, they look good, they look better than me, I was like, I want to look also good, you know what I mean? And you also see that those people are more flexible. And now, like, I'm heading towards 30, I'm 28, and I see that the friends of mine who never started working out, like, I'm not speaking only about the gym. It could be swimming, it could be playing volleyball, it could be, I know, wrestling or boxing or whatsoever, just doing something like pumping your blood. And I see the people who never actually did something related to sport, how bad they feel. And they're getting the dad bod, you know, they start feeling all the time sluggish, and they're not so motivated, and their sleep schedule, it's all the time fucked up. Nutrition, all the time it's a mess there.
Yeah, it's a spiral, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's very connected. All of those things are so close connected, and it's never too late to start, to be honest. Just to start hitting the gym or moving or educating yourself what to eat, how to fight stress, and how to improve your sleep.
Yeah. I just did a nutrition course online, and I don't like going online. I don't like being in front of a computer, but one of the biggest things I learned from a nutrition course was just do 5 minutes, because that 5 minutes turned into 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So that's the biggest thing I took away from that whole course was, if you don't like to do something, if for some people it's movement, just do 5 minutes. Right? Make it simple. 5 minutes, you can do it. 5 minutes turns into 6 minutes maybe. Maybe you didn't do 5 minutes, but you did 4. You did something, right?
You did something,
And then, this all adds up.
Just start reading one word per day in a book, because I know many people, they're like, hey Atanas, how I can start reading books, it's so hard to concentrate, or it's so hard to start going to the gym, or it's so hard to do that and that and that, and just like read one word. So then you start with one sentence, and then you're like, am I stupid or something? Like, I'm already here, I took the time, let me just read one page. Then you go for a second page, and then you're like, it's interesting.
It's a great, it's a great
people
concept. Micro again.
Right? And there are also people sleeping in their gym clothes. Have you ever heard about that?
Or get your bag packed.
Or get your backpack.
Make things simple. Don't put obstacles in front of us.
And it's hard sometimes. For example, I don't know about you, but for me, it's also hard to motivate myself sometimes. I'm like thinking about my running shoes for 1 hour sometimes. I'm like, damn, I don't want to go. It's raining outside. It's so cold. I just want to stay at home and just eat something and watch some YouTube videos. But at the end, I know that if I do not do it, I'm going to suffer next week. So it's also hard for you, I guess.
It's a struggle. I have a mantra right now that I'm using is chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. So just to get out of the mental excuses, right?
Absolutely.
So you just have to, there's certain things in life that, as you experience them and as you do them consistently, you see they make you feel better and make you, sleep better, make you make better choices in life and things like that. So you just have to, it's work. It's a struggle and it's work, but the payoff of not doing it is worse than the pay,
Absolutely.
Sitting in a hospital having your 4th surgery on your stomach or something, so you pay the price later in life.
Absolutely. Great. Should we close?
Last one.
It was a great pleasure. We're going to talk again. Oh, the last one. Let's talk about fun.
We always forget this in life.
Yes.
Especially as we age and more responsibility, we forget fun.
So, you see, it's so easy to forget the fun in our life. So, how are you curing the boredness in the gym?
I think we should put this at the top of the
list at the beginning.
Fun. Fun for me is any sports activities outside, like things I grew up with, like hockey, baseball, throwing, anything with a ball for me. Golf I'm enjoying right now in my later years, and good connections, good relationships, good talks, people helping each other is all part of the fun of life, social activities. Kids now. Kids and family.
It's fun with them, huh?
It's got both scales, fun and adventure, I'd say.
Let's call it adventure. On my side, I think that it's fun for me when I'm with somebody in the gym. So we can kind of challenge ourselves, because we are men. You're always trying to be the stronger than our bodies, look better. So we all the time try to kind of challenge yourself, and you make kind of fun if somebody just cannot achieve it.
It's so learning and growing. That's fun.
Absolutely.
Learning
in a very friendly way.
Learning new exercises in a new way or something like that.
And to be honest, I never thought that yoga, for example, could be so fun. But it's really fun when you start doing new poses and you're like, okay, I can use my body in different way that I thought, that I never moved in that way. So I would consider that also as a fun, to be honest, because you're kind of like exploring your own body, and this is very enjoyable.
Again, you can put an intention in front of anything. Working out is fun, sleep is fun, right? What's your intention before you do something, right? So I have to do this, it's a struggle, or, you know, I get to do this, right?
Yeah.
I get to have this in my life. I get to work out. I get to spend an hour on my body. So the importance of before you do something, not just to do it to check it off. I went to the gym today. Like, okay, but what was the purpose of it, right?
Yeah.
What's your intention behind it? Create something, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's all part of the fun, right? You can have fun preparing a meal with a friend.
Yeah,
more fun.
Yeah, why not though? Or with your kids, that's going to be really funny, I guess.
Teaching them to clean up is fun too.
Well, that's the best part, I think.
That's long-term investment.
Absolutely. What more it could be funny is like using different apps, because, for example, I grown up with computer in my hands, and I'm using computer maybe since I was 4 or 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm already really into that digital world, and for me it's all the time a little bit kind of like funnier if there is something to follow, to track and things like that. Because for all the people that they grown up with video games and things like that, video games are good as well. Like, I'm not saying that they're bad, but they can be also really bad. But if you try to implement this kind of like this understanding of kind of like accomplishing this task, doing this and doing that, if you could bring that to your own life, to your own nutrition, to your workouts, and there are different apps that you can just follow different tasks and hey, great job Atanas, you did 15,000 steps today instead of 10,000, or you burned like 1,000 calories in the gym, you win a badge, or you know, those things.
They're motivating,
Absolutely,
yeah.
So something that could be also.
You know, if I look at my steps and I'm 9,000 and I didn't get my 10,000, I'll go for
you go directly outside.
Again, comes the competition with with yourself and your goals and your vision and your purpose and why you do things. So yeah, I think all these apps can be a great help if you use them in the right way. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because there is a lot of hate about the today's world, that everything you can do everything with an app, and your phone is all the time in your hand. But if you could use it smart, like, I think that it's not bad. It's good if it's not like so close to your eyes, and if it's not the whole day. But it's really helpful.
Kind of, you can relate it to anything like nutrition. There's bad choices, good choices, right? You just have to find. You know what, deep down, you know what's working and what you're wasting, right? You know, if I go and have, a prepackaged burger that's been sitting frozen for a year, and to a steak that was, a fresh steak, there's a big difference in the quality you're putting inside yourself. So there's the choice of everything, whether it be digital, food, or movement, right? And I think hopefully you have the feeling of what is better for yourself, right? That's a skill too. I think we have that skill, as I see it with the kids, they have it, but I guess over time we numb ourselves to it. But
really well said.
That's a whole new topic.
But that's why it's good just to try new things sometimes. Because we tend to kind of like get into our daily life and we just forget that there is like other world outside, and we can try different things. And maybe, for example, as I said, I have never been doing yoga before. Like, first time I did it like 2 years ago, and I was like, no, maybe this is stupid, it's for girls, like I'm not gonna do this. But once you decide to open up yourself, and you're like, that feels good. So it's all the time good to try different things, try different sports, speak to different people, go ask some of your friends, hey, you go to play tennis next Friday, may I come with you? Or if there's somebody who plays table tennis or billiards or whatsoever, just go and pump your blood.
Exactly. Get out of your comfort zone. You feel probably not comfortable at the time, but you'll feel better afterwards. For sure. Definitely.
Absolutely. Great talk, my friend.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Speak to you soon, guys. Bye.